Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. I have just, literally 10 minutes ago, finished watching Roxy's Weekly Challenge Week 41 over on Roxy Creations channel here on YouTube. And I'm just inspired by what she was making, so I just wanted to jump right on and do it too. So that's what we're going to do today, working with scraps of scrapbook paper. So I went through my drawer and picked out a few bits and pieces that I thought might work for this project, or that were, kind of grabbing me. A lot of my scrapbook paper was a bulk purchase from someone on Facebook. Probably won't do that again. I did not realize that she was a smoker when I bought it off her, and when it arrived it just all completely just stank, and took a long time for me to get the smell out. I had to sit it outside and it blew around in the wind for weeks, and then it still smelt, so it now seems to be all good. But yeah, also I just had to take whatever was in the pile, and most of it was probably stuff I never would have gone for on my own, but I didn't have a lot at that stage, so I'm very grateful for it on one hand, and then just a bit disappointed and learnt my lesson that she never disclosed that she was a smoker, and it never occurred to me because I've never smoked, so I didn't even think that the paper would arrive and just reek of stale cigarette smoke, and it's not a pleasant smell. If you're a smoker, you're probably just none the wiser, but for those who don't smoke, it's really not pleasant. So the idea is to take a strip of scrapbook paper that's left over, full height, although it doesn't have to be. And I did grab out some smaller pieces and thought maybe we can have a play with some smaller bits and do a similar thing. Just going to pull up my sleeves. It's really warmed up this afternoon and the fire's going, and I'm quite nice and toasty now. So the idea is to, now which way do I want to do this? I think just fold about a third. Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to actually do a third. I might do slightly less. And just grab out my tool here to give it a nice crease at the top. And it's going to hook over a page. Yep, I think I definitely need to trim a bit more off the side. And this front bit flaps up for writing space. And then this back piece gets glued down and it becomes a little up-tuck up there for a journal card or a tag or what have you. So I think that's definitely too wide for my page for comfort. I've got some glue on my mat there. No surprises. Right, so, oh, I've got a little, is that a tear? No, it's not. It's just a mark on the paper. There is a crease here though, so maybe I'll get rid of that crease, trim it off at the bottom. And that's not even straight anyway, so let's trim it down a bit and fix that not straight edge. So how are you all today? I hope you're having a great day. I am trying to get some videos done, but so far just for this week. Next week, I don't know. I don't think I will be able to have videos for every day next week, because I have today, what's left of it. We're almost at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so not long left in today, and I have tomorrow and then Friday, and I think I won't be going anywhere during the day because I've just got too much to do, but that's all the time I've got now free to me before next Thursday. So yeah, there's literally no time to be making extra videos, I feel. But we'll see. I won't completely rule out getting 1 or 2 done, but at this stage I'd have to say it's looking pretty unlikely that I'm going to get those Monday to Wednesday next week covered, I think. Do I want to round those? No, probably not. I do want to do a little thumb notch. So if you're not aware, because you may not have watched my recent videos, may not have caught up with it, I'm away at camp from Friday evening this week, and then I've got a funeral next week, so, and I'll be traveling for it, and we're actually leaving on Sunday and we'll be back late Wednesday. So pretty much Friday evening through to Wednesday night is gone, and you know, not a lot of time there to organise anything apart from accommodation and travel, and you know, all the things you've got to think about, what we're going to do for meals, what we're going to take to wear, given that we're going to 2 quite different things. One's a camp and one is a funeral, so you know, kind of 2 lots of clothing. So we will be ducking home in between the camp. We'll miss the last day of camp and come home in the morning on the Sunday. Quick change of suitcase contents, dish out the dirty stuff into the laundry hamper, put in some fresh clean stuff suitable for visiting and funeral, and then heading away. So literally no time in there. Gosh, I'm getting crumbs everywhere. So that's where I'm at. So please do forgive any lapses in content. I will see what I can do. I just can't make any promises. And I've also got a few cards that I need to make before I go. 2 that have been ordered, 2 Christmas cards that need to be delivered this weekend, and a birthday card that needs to be delivered this weekend. So I haven't made cards for ages, and I've kind of been procrastinating a bit on it, shall we say. But I'm literally out of time and I have to get those done. Why am I inking that? That's going to be glued down, you silly person. Right. So let's decorate, because this text is upside down. I don't mind the music notes themselves, because, you know, who's really going to care? But the text is upside down, and I think in this instance, I don't really want the text upside down. So what would I like to decorate with? It's actually baby paper, but it's music on a pale blue, so so let's have a look at a bird. I'm thinking maybe one of my larger birds might fit. Like, I love this bird. I just wish it didn't actually have the bug in its beak. And, yep, you're still too big there. We could pop you on here, maybe. No, you need to be on an angle. So, no, you're too big, I'm afraid, bird. Sorry, you'll have to fly around for a bit longer. Let's see. There's a lot of small birds in here. Oops, birds hanging out together. Let's look at this side first. No. No. It's a struggle getting the right size, isn't it? Oh, I like you. You are perfect. Yay. Okay, I do need to quickly cut in the gap here. I'm just going to make a few cuts here, and then I think I'll get in with the scissors to get the rest of that out. love my fussy cutting scissors. I don't know what I'd do without them. Just make life easy. Oops, hang on. You know, scissors, one blade needs to go on one side and one blade on the other. Did you know that? I thought you probably did, but you know, I was trying to cut with both blades on the same side of the paper. It doesn't work so well. But I bet you knew that, because you're all smarter than I am. Right, come on, get in there. Just trying to get that little bit in the corner. It's being difficult. There we go, got it. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the little bit in its claw. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but this bit should be okay to cut out. It's just a triangle, so just try not to, oops, cut off a leg. And there we go, done. Not too painful, and no blood spilled in the cutting out of this birdie. It's always a good thing. So yeah, I feel like I'm a bit all over the place at the moment. I've been busy booking accommodation, and then the original accommodation that I booked, we're sharing with my mum and stepfather. Just wasn't quite gelling with either me or my mum. So we had another chat about it, and I had seen another place that was more expensive but better suited. So had a chat about it and decided to change the booking. So this morning first thing I was back on the internet and cancelling one booking and making another. Oh yes, you are gorgeous, birdie. Love you. Yeah, so it's just like I feel like a bit frantic, like all this, and through my head is going what I need to do, what I need to pack, what I have to get done, what I can try and let go of, knowing that I can't get it done, and that's the hard thing for me. It's hard to let go of not having a video out every day. And I'm not quite there yet. I'm still holding out hope that I can achieve some sort of miracle, because I like doing videos for you guys, and I like creating for you and with you, and you know, I just want to keep going. I want to do what I can. I want to show up every day. I want to be here. So yeah, we'll see. I'm working on letting go of it, but I definitely haven't yet. So we'll see. Like I said, no promises. We'll just see how it goes, and it'll get to the stage where I can do nothing else but just walk away. You know, it's like, well, I'm out of time. There's no way I can do any more. But until we're at that point, I will hold out hopes of getting done whatever I can. Yeah, like that. And maybe a word. Nurture, that's a good word, isn't it? I'd like it to be on the book text, I think. I'm not sure whether I want to ink around the book text. Still thinking about that. I don't think it necessarily needs to be inked. Like that. And I think something out this side. number, maybe. Sort of reverting back to my old favourites here, aren't I? Which is just fun. Like, they're my favourites for a reason, because they just work. No. They just work, she says, and then goes, no. You know what? I'm almost thinking a vertical word, but I don't, sorry, vertical number. I'm just not sure that I've actually got any vertical numbers. I guess this is as close as vertical number gets. Have I got a different version? It's different, but it's the same, if you know what I mean. Not sure that the brown is speaking to me is the problem. Although I think I like that better than the one with the blue. Okay. Right. So I think I'm going to ink this. I'm happy with how everything's looking, so I'm going to glue it all down, and then not sure, do I want to do anything on the other side? Don't know. On some of hers, Rachel did a little pocket on the long side. Oh, there's nothing left of, oh, maybe we can get a little bit out. I didn't grab out a new glue stick. And I think I should have. Didn't realise it was quite that low. Or did I just pick up the wrong glue stick? Maybe I picked up the wrong one. Oh, that's got slightly friction more in it, so we might get through. We might. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think I'll put a pocket on this one because I didn't leave, you know, I cut the bottom off a bit. Shortened it a bit. Ooh, I think it's time for a new glue page. Let's change our page out. Right, so I think I'll position the bird first so I know where I'm putting the word, because I don't want to cover over a letter of the word. So I thought these were a really good, simple, fun idea from Rachel. So Rachel, if you ever watch this video, which I'm not expecting you will, but just in case you do, thank you for your weekly challenge and all the inspiration that you bring to us crafters. It's a fabulous series, the Roxy's Weekly Challenge. Right, I think there's all good. I think we can go with that, and I'm going to tacky glue this because I'm either going to completely make a mess of the glue stick, what's left of it, or I'm going to rip something off. And I would probably do both, actually. I'd probably hit both of those unwanted goals. I am also very short on sleep again. After a good night's sleep the night before, last night was atrocious. And yeah, so I'm running on the adrenaline of I've just got to get stuff done. That's all I'm running on. And if I wasn't doing something, I would be just catatonic on the couch, I think. Going, I've just got no will to do anything, so I've just got to keep pushing, keep doing, and do what I can. And then hope for a better sleep. It's all one can do, isn't it? Hope for a better sleep. Yeah, I think that's cute. What a beautiful birdie. You are lovely. Love that. Okay, this side. It's like we need something really nice and tall, don't we? Not sure what I've got. I wonder if I can quickly look at this the right way up. Find a nice tall, it's going to be too wide, it is nice and tall, illustration in this gardening book that might go, pick me, pick me. I'm looking for a colour one, not an outline one. There's a lot of these green outlines in here, which are really cool, but it's not what I'm after. So it's a bit of hunting. There's some, but they're a bit shorter. Could do something like that. Okay, we're going to lose this, I think, but let's just see how it fits on the page first before I cut into it and lose. Yeah, it's going to look nice. So I've got to be careful because there's 3 different plants here, so I don't want to lose the one beside it. I'm going to carefully cut up between them. Not a lot of room between them up here. Not a lot of room at all. Don't they know that we need a bit more cutting room? They should design their books just for us, don't you think? Right, let's give this a quick as I can, little trim out. I'm not going to do a true fussy cut, but there are places where I've had to go really right up to the image because of that tiny gap between the 2 images. So I'm going to leave a white, well, it's not white, it's an off-white, creamy off-white border. And I'm not going to follow all the contours. Just going to, and I'm not even going to try and make the border the same size all the way around because it's never going to be, because that is actually touching the image at that point. But I think it will still look good. It's going to take up a lot of the height. So you could actually journal on this side of this. It's certainly pale enough. So I'm not sure that I will like obscure too much and leave some room for the owner to potentially add journaling there if they would like to, or add a photo or something. But I do want to add something to it, not just leave it as is. I want to add my own little touch to it. This book's from 1960, I want to say 64 or 67. I can't remember. Or maybe 69. Take your pick. It's one of them. So, probably a week or 2 since I looked at the date, so I can't quite remember. It's the 60s anyway. Definitely the 60s. That much I do know. It's becoming very flimsy in my hands. So this funeral that I'm going to for my auntie, it's in a town called Westport, and it's on the other side of the island. I live on the South Island, and it's on the west coast, and I live on the east coast, and it's around 3.5 hours travel to get there, so half a day. It's a beautiful trip. There's 2 ways to actually go, but one from where I live, one is longer than the other, so we always go the one that's shorter and is way prettier. So if you're ever visiting New Zealand and wondering which way to go, whether you go Arthur's Pass or Lewis Pass, may I humbly recommend that you go Lewis, even if it actually adds length to your trip, because it is so pretty. And it's also not quite so scary. Going over to the west coast via the Arthur's Pass is not too bad. But coming back, I hate it. It's so steep and just scary. One day we did it, one trip we did it, and I said to my husband, no, from now on we're coming back Lewis regardless, because it's just, I just don't like it. But Lewis is so much prettier. It really is. I think just that. Do we want a little bit book page behind it? We can try it. It talks about a plant on the back there, so that's actually quite appropriate, isn't it? Doesn't stand out as well. So no, I think I prefer it. And maybe down on the bottom, so it's right on the bottom. And maybe a word or a label or something. Yep, I think that's all it needs. So I'm going to very carefully ink around it, because you know that's my style. Bit hard when it's flimsy. So just trying to slow myself down and take time, but not being too precious about all the little crevices. And it's just a light inking. I'm not going heavy because it's a lovely pastel image. And definitely tacky glue on this one as well. So I am looking forward to the trip, in terms of, it's been, the last time I went over to Westport was for another auntie's funeral. There was, growing up, we used to go basically every holidays, you know, a couple of times a year we would head over to the coast as a family. And then as you get older, you go less and less, and there's so few family members left over there now, which is really sad. And now one less again. And it's a shame, because I've got really good childhood memories of going and having holidays in Westport, and it was the first place I ever went on my own for a holiday without mum or dad. That was so far away. I have a funny story to tell you, actually. I was coming home on the bus, so I went over with my cousin, which is a different story. There's a story involved with that as well. And then I came home by myself on the bus. Oops, I didn't put that over far enough. Let's just snip that bit off. And I got a bit psyched out when we got into my little town, and we stopped to pick up the school children. And I was bullied, so one, I didn't really want to be on the bus with the school children, and, you know, be made fun of or anything. And two, I started to worry that they weren't going to drop me, like they were picking up those children and then going to the next town, and they wouldn't stop anywhere else in my town. So I got off the bus with my suitcases and everything, or whatever I had, I can't remember the luggage, and I started walking. And I got to the dairy where I was expecting mum and dad to pick me up from, and there was the bus stopped outside, and mum and dad were going, well, we know our daughter was on the bus. Where is she? What have you done with her? I can look and laugh now, but I was so embarrassed. I really was. I was mortified. And I didn't want to show myself with those school kids still sitting on the bus, knowing I'd gotten off and just lugged my luggage all the way round up and down the streets for no reason. So yes, that's my tale. I would have been, my dad was still alive, so I would have been 9 or 10, 11 maybe at the oldest. Yeah, I wasn't that old. but yeah. Memories, eh? Memories. So there's your funny tale for the day. Oh, there we go. So this label is from Shabby Cottage Studio on Etsy. Yes, so I might as well tell you the story about the trip over. I went with my cousin, and it was in the Christmas holidays when I went over. So obviously school had started back when I came home, so I missed it a little bit. But on the trip over, I went with my cousin because she was going to visit her parents, who is the same family I was staying with, because I had multiple, at that stage, multiple aunts and uncles and cousins over there. And she had got new car mats for Christmas. So, you know, she'd, in I think it was a yellow car from memory, got her brand new car mats in the car. And, you know, she picked me up in my town because she lives in the city. And we were on our way, and we were chatting away and, you know, having a great old time. I think that's all I need. And we missed the turnoff. We were so busy talking that she drove straight past the turnoff. And this is a trip that she has done for, now that's cardstock. I might not use that. Let's do a short one. See if we can work out a short one. She'd done this trip. She could do it in her sleep, but not that day. That day she completely missed the turnoff. And so it was far enough on when she realised that it didn't make sense to turn back and take that corner, but to take the next available way to cut across. The only problem was that the next available way to cut across was very hilly and windy. And I mean very hilly and windy. And I don't now. I used to get very travel sick. Can you see where this is heading maybe? So we turn off at this road and we proceed to try and get back on track. Yeah. I made a little bit of a mess of her brand new car mats. It happened. It did. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't very pleasantly smelling either, I must say. You know, because being sick isn't pleasant in any shape or form. And I still had to continue on for the rest of the journey in the car. You know, it's like no going backwards. There's no point going backwards because we'd already gone so far, and I'd lost everything that was inside me anyway. So I can't remember. We must have stopped at the first available little township and sort of given them a rinse off and that. And then I remember when we got to my aunt and uncle's place that they got hauled out and washed down and left out in the sun to dry. And I felt so bad. Brand new car mats for Christmas, and I had just, made a little bit of a mess of them. So that's the funny story about the trip over there. And every now and then, her and I will still reminisce over that time and have a bit of a giggle. Because we just got so busy talking that neither of us, and I was only a child, so it's not like I had any responsibility in checking that we turned off at the right place. But, you know, every now and then she'll jokingly just say, it's your fault. We're just talking too much. But, of course, she knows it's not because I was a child. And she's 9 years older than me. So, yeah, totally wasn't my fault. But, yeah, that's life. Oops, I just sloshed my tea on the desk. Let's just clean that up before I end up putting something in it and getting a bit of tea staining where I didn't want tea staining. Right, so this is a wee short one. I thought, why not? Let's use this little bit of cardstock and make just a cute little flippy uppy and little tuck. So I'm going to put the little thumb notch in again, just to remind, because I'm not going to be gluing them down. So this will help me remind me what was going to happen with these when I come to pop them in the journal. So I'm bringing out all the childhood tales, aren't I? Guess there'll be a lot of that next week when we catch up with family and reminisce over times with my auntie. And yeah, that's the hard part. I mean, it's a good part, but it's also hard. And part of me is not looking forward to it, and part of me is. And seeing my cousins, so the aunt that's passed away, her children, one of them lives in Scotland and one in London. So I think the oldest one, the boy is, well, he's not a boy, he's a man, arrives in New Zealand today, and his wife arrives either tomorrow or Friday. And then my cousin, who's very similar in age to me, the girl or woman, I'm not sure when she's arriving. So that's going to be really tough for them. But it will be really nice to catch up with them too, because I haven't seen them for such a long time. And I haven't met their children. I've probably told you this. So I don't even know what the children's names are, to be honest. So I guess I'll find that out. Right, what do I mean, this is super pretty, really. Maybe it just needs a label. Or a word. Shall we have a kiss? Perhaps not. Dance like no one is watching. I like it, but perhaps not on this. What about a pink beautiful? Oh, I like that. Yep, that's got it. That's one. Right, it's not stamped straight, so let's see if we can actually straighten it up a little bit. Ooh, it's a bit hard. Can't quite tell if that's actually any improvement or not, because script font, it's hard to tell what is actually straight. So we'll just make the best of it. So yeah, it will be nice to go and visit Westport again. The last funeral would have been 5-6 years ago. I can't quite remember, but a wee while ago. And we haven't been back since. May even be longer than that. I'm not sure. Yeah, it must be longer, because I think it was pre the big pandemic thing. So yes, it's been a while. It'll be interesting to see what's changed, what hasn't. And that edge is not straight, but I don't actually mind it. Do I want anything else? Yeah, I know I said it's beautiful as is, but sometimes you just got to check things out. Postage stamp, maybe, if we find the right one. Definitely not. I'm looking for colour. The round one would have been cool, but not the right colours. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. I think we'll just... Do we need book page? Let's test book page. Oh yes, I like that. Just a little bit in behind. Top and bottom. Simple, easy, and satisfies me. So we've shared accommodation with my mum and stepfather. This must be the fifth time we've done it. You know, when we've had to travel over there for a funeral. So we're quite used to it. We work in quite well together. And the unit we've got, the new one that I booked this morning, it's got 2 separate bedrooms, and it's got a little kitchenette with dining table and chairs and a fridge and all that sort of stuff. Very important because we self-cater when we're away. And you know, a private bathroom, all that jazz. It's all ground floor, whereas the first one that I booked was half upstairs, half downstairs, which wasn't ideal, and one of the reasons that we ended up changing where we were staying, because my mum could not go up the steps, and I wouldn't expect her to, and it's a bit dodgy for me. So it just takes a load of pressure off my mind for both my mum's sake and my sake, that we don't have to deal with any staircases. And the other one only had 2 chairs to sit in. Other than that, it was sitting on the bed, and that's, you know, that can be quite uncomfortable. I wouldn't expect my mum to do that, but I think I would struggle after a bit too. That, you know, if that's the only option. We don't expect to be spending all day every day in the motel, but, you know, we want to be comfortable when we are there. Okay, that one's done. That was easy. I don't think I want to add anything to this side. I can always change my mind when I go and put it in a journal, can't I? Because I think it's pretty. Okay, now I'm starting to get cold. I can't win. I'm hot cold. Oops. Let's just put some of this away, because I'm just getting into trouble with it falling everywhere. Right, and trying to grab another bit of paper. How are we going on time, my friends? Oh, maybe we've got time for one more. So this needs a bit of straightening up. Just going to use the bottom of my ruler to try and gauge the straightness. And maybe this one will put a little pocket on the bottom of. How about on the flippy bit? Because this is the full 12 by 12, or 12 by whatever it is. So we've got this little cutout, so hopefully this edge, bottom edge I'm using to make my straight edge, hopefully it actually is straight, because I'm only assuming that it's the full 12 inches. It is, I can see on the ruler, it is 12 inches, so it must be straight. Let's scrap there. Okay, so we want to fold over our top. So I'm going to make it a little bit shallower than the first one I did. And this has got a white back on it. What did this one have? Oh, this one had white as well. I just inked around it. But maybe we want to do something else with this one. And, oh, that a bit that very well. Okay, so this is going to be our little pocket at the bottom on the front of the flip. So we definitely need to do something with that, don't we? Because it's just white. And normally I would reinforce the top of the pocket by folding it in. I'm thinking, what if we fold it back on itself so that we get more of that? Maybe I should have folded it up a bit more. How about we just try and take a little bit there. Not entirely necessary. I think the paper's probably strong enough without doing it, but I just think that automatically adds a bit of colour to that pocket. Just cut that raggedy top off, and then we can slip that up underneath. Let's do a little collage, and then I'm thinking I'll glue this little rim down over top of the collage, is my thinking. So fun, oops, yep, that glue stick's pretty much done, apart from scraping it out with a palette knife. Wonder, can I reach the box of glue sticks from where I'm sitting? Hang on, hold on tight. Oh, yep, I got it. Let's just grab out a new glue stick. It's a brand I haven't used before, from the beautiful Laurel. Thank you, my darling, for your generosity. Let's give these a go. I'm excited to try them. Right, want some more? I think I'll go all sort of book page text. It sounds like it might be a fun idea. A bit of dictionary. Okay. Just looking for a bit that's got okay words on it. So maybe 3 different bits, I think, and that will satisfy my liking of odd numbers too, won't it? To go for 3 bits of book text. Okay. Oh, gotta get the lid off first. Here we go. Look at it. Brand new glue stick. Oh, it smells nice. Yum. Oh, yum. That's got a really yummy smell. I don't recommend smelling glue normally, but this one smells pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's the one that my friend Lydia from February and June talks about, and that she likes the smell of. It must be, because I've never smelled a glue stick like this. It's actually kind of makes my mouth water. No, I'm not going to eat it. No, not even tempted, but it does make my mouth water. One more bit. Just looking for a different colour as well. Just giving it that little check over, make sure there's no words we don't want. Straighten up that edge a bit so it fits nicely underneath. Oops, did it a little bit too short, but that's okay. We can bring it down a bit. Make sure it covers. Well, so far so good. I like the glue stick. Seems to be performing how a glue stick should. I might have a new favourite. Ooh, that would be quite something, because this one has been my favourite for decades. I've never used this one before, but so far I'm liking it. Right, so let's glue this bit down. Just put that gluey page in the rubbish before I get everything stuck to it. Quite likely to happen. Just wondering whether I should tacky glue this little bit down since it's so narrow. Well, let's try glue stick. It's a good test for this new to me glue. And seems to be fine. Cool, like that. Oh, my stomach's gurgling. Sorry if you can hear that. Oh, we do have a bit of lift up, which isn't surprising. I would expect that with my normal glue stick, just because this paper is a little heavier and it's only a small bit that's turned over. So, no problem. We'll just go in with the tacky glue and give it a little extra secureness, secure something. Okay, give that a wee ink. I don't think I'll put a thumb notch in this bit. I think it's quite obvious that it's a pocket. Right, glue it up. Right, so thumb notch on this side though. Sponge crumbs everywhere, they drive me bonkers. About there. Yes, I know I wouldn't get sponge crumbs if I didn't ink everything, but then I wouldn't get the look that I like. I'm sorry, my words are coming out a bit weird at times. I think it's just my head where I'm at. Lack of sleep, busyness, etc. So I don't know if we'll get this one decorated. I'll have to check the time. I need to do this side as well, although it's not showing up super massively on this dark reddy brown. Right, crumbs, what's time? Okay, we really need to be wrapping this up. I was thinking of stenciling on the back here, and so I'll do that, but I won't do it on camera. But just to let you know that I will probably stencil this part just to make it a little less white and more interesting. Can we quickly find a bird maybe to pop on here? too tall. That one's not bad. Too big. Too small. What about this one? Quite like that, just wondering whether it blends in a bit too much. Oh, my grubby fingers from glue. I actually quite like that one. Okay, let's run with it. Bit of book page. Oh, maybe not quite that much. Yep. Make some snappy decisions in the last couple of minutes that we have. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I think it's straight. It's going to be as straight as it is because it's on there now. Give this a quick little ink around. And let's try the glue stick on it. No gouging of the glue stick, please. Here we go. Oh, it does smell good. I wish you had smell-o-vision because this glue stick smells yummy. Right, and a word. Definitely feel like a word. Where'd I put them? On the floor. Where else would you put your words? But on the floor. Oh, all I can see is my grubby fingers. I do apologise for my grubby fingers if they're distracting you as well. But it's just because I've been playing with glue and book page and fun stuff. Not to mention ink. Okay. We're going to go with You Make My Heart Sore. Isn't that sweet? Sweet sentiment. And this is on coffee dyed paper, and it's quite a thick paper as well. So I'm just going to do the old tacky glue. One of the things I like about coffee dyeing is that it tends to make the paper feel different. Makes it feel thicker and sturdier somehow. Yeah, I think that's all that needs. I like that. Okay, so I still need to decorate up the front. I think maybe just a label or a word or something. But we're out of time. So, quick look. This is the one we did here with this beautiful iris. So, a little flip up. I might stencil this one as well. I'll see. And then this wee shorty, which is just super simple and cute. Doesn't really need a lot because the paper is so pretty. And then this one, which is partially done. Almost done. There we go, guys. This is Roxy's weekly challenge, week 41. Head on over to her video and check out her video. If you don't watch her, she is very inspiring. She runs this weekly challenge, and you can pick which ones you want to do or not as you feel inspired. I felt really inspired with this one and just wanted to jump right in there and do it and show you guys. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Take care, everybody, and I will do my best to see you again soon. Bye for now.